Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Blue Chelsea TV. Chelsea are one of the biggest clubs in world football, and their players are some of the highest paid. Here we have all of their weekly wages. The Blues started handing out enormous salaries when Roman Abramovich bought the club in 2003 and have done so ever since, including under current owners Todd Boehly and company. Some of Chelsea's top players, like Cole Palmer, have arguably earned wage increases through outstanding performances week in and week out. However, several others are earning millions, even though there is often no place for them in the matchday squad, according to Capology, with one out-of-favor star on £200,000 per week. Take a moment to like the video if you are enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel if you are bumping here for the very first time. Chelsea salaries 2024-25. Goalkeepers: Robert Sanchez, £60,000 per week. Philip Jorgensen, £50,000 per week. Marcus Bettinelli, £35,000 per week. Lucas Bergstrom, £7,500 per week. Most Chelsea supporters expected Philip Jorgensen to replace Robert Sanchez as the club's first-choice goalkeeper, but their respective salaries indicate that was never a foregone conclusion. Jorgensen signed a 7-year deal for £50,000 per week this summer, whereas Sanchez earns a weekly wage of £60, relatively low considering Kepa Arrizabalaga, who is on loan at Bournemouth, was on £150,000 per week at Stamford Bridge. Defenders: Reece James, £250,000 per week. Ben Chilwell, £200,000 per week. Wesley Fofana, £200,000 per week. Marc Cucurella, £175,000 per week. Tosin Adarabioyo, £120,000 per week. Levi Colwill, £100,000 per week. Benoit Badiashile, £90,000 per week. Axel Disasi, £80,000 per week. Malo Gusto, £45,000 per week. Renato Vega, £25,000 per week. Josh Achimpong, £5,000 per week. Captain Reece James is one of the highest-paid players at the West London club, having signed a 6-year deal in 2022 that it's fair to say that he's not justifying his £250,000 per week wage due to consistent injury problems. The same can be said for Ben Chilwell, who is surplus to Enzo Maresca's requirements. Fellow left-back Marc Cucurella is also among Chelsea's top earners, whereas Malo Gusto's £45,000 PW deal represents excellent value for the Blues. Midfielders: Enzo Fernandez, £180,000 per week. Moises Caicedo, £150,000 per week. Cole Palmer, £130,000 per week. Carney Chukwuemeka, £100,000 per week. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, £80,000 per week. Romeo Lavia, £45,000 per week. Cesare Casadei, £7,500 per week. The Blues will be pleased that their three highest-paid midfielders, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, and Cole Palmer, should remain important players for the foreseeable future. Indeed, Cole Palmer's new 9-year deal of £130,000 PW is an absolute steal, as he is one of the top performers in the Premier League. The lucrative deals handed to Carney Chukwuemeka and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, who could leave in January, were not so clever. Forwards: Christopher Nkunku, £195,000 per week. Pedro Neto, £160,000 per week. Joao Felix, £130,000 per week. Jadon Sancho, £100,000 per week. Mykhailo Mudryk, £100,000 per week. Nicholas Jackson, £100,000 per week. Noni Madueke, £50,000 per week. Mark Guiu, £50,000 per week. Portuguese duo Joao Felix and Pedro Neto both agreed to long-term contracts for big money in the summer window. Jadon Sancho, who signed for the Blues on loan with an obligation to buy, actually earns £250,000 per week, but parent club Manchester United are covering most of it this season. Meanwhile, Nicholas Jackson was rewarded with a healthy pay rise in September after an impressive debut season at Chelsea. That's all. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you later with another video. Until then, bye-bye.